What's up, alphas? I know that right now it is really hard to stay motivated. Motivation right now has been really hard to come by. I've noticed a lot of the sellers in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community have reported that they just don't feel the motivation that they normally do. And this is absolutely normal right now. We are going through a bit of a crisis situation. And even though a lot of you are experiencing a decent number of sales right now, it can be really hard to stay motivated when there are this many external stressors. So today we're going to make a little shift, and I would like to talk to you about what I personally do to stay motivated, especially on days like today when I need to record videos. So one of the first things that I do in the morning is when I'm getting ready and usually putting on my makeup or waking up and drinking my coffee is I either, one, read a book, which is huge, guys. Make sure that you have a ton of business resource books available to you. I recommend books all the time. I have an entire resource library within the Handmade Alpha Facebook community in the files section. Feel free to check that out. All of the links in my library are affiliate links to our Amazon Affiliate Center. However, we donate 100% of our proceeds to the Wolf Conservation Center of South Salem, New York. So feel free to check that out if you need book ideas. However, on most days, what I tend to do is watch things like TED Talks, business videos, podcasts, and things that really inspire me. I listen to different businesses that are way above my level because I like to be inspired by those who have already done what I plan to do. I know for some of you, my channel can be that source of inspiration, so feel free to binge watch my channel. I'll go ahead and link a few of my favorite TED Talks down below. I just feel like starting your day by watching something that really motivates you and shows you what is possible is the best way to really get yourself on track. It can change your entire day and it can change your performance levels dramatically. Second big thing that I do is I take time away from my desk. This one seems like a given, but it's something that I feel that a lot of us neglect to do. We don't spend enough time not working, and there has to be that balance. There is no way that you can give 100% of your heart and soul to your audience if you yourself are running on half empty. So normally during the day after I've kind of woken up and I've got my makeup on, or if it's a no makeup day and I'm just planning on working in front of my computer, I at least spend a few hours outside. I have a big garden that I like to go and pick weeds in the morning. I often will sweep my front walkway just to give me something small to do. I refill all of my bird feeders and I give myself a little routine. That way I can make sure that I'm getting a decent amount of sunlight. Not to mention, this gives my kiddo some time to run around before she starts her schoolwork for the day. Since right now, like most of you, we are schooling from home due to COVID-19. The next thing that I do is kind of silly, but when I'm sitting at my desk and I'm working, I tend to fidget a lot and it really keeps me off track. I'll start playing with my pens or I'll start doodling on a random piece of paper and I end up not getting as much work done as I should be because I'm fidgeting so bad. This might be a time to steal some of your kids' fidget toys or order some cheap ones online. I have an entire assortment of fidget toys that I play with while I'm watching videos or while I'm working. So I've got random squishies. This one's probably my favorite. He's starting to fall apart, but he is a little sushi that I squish. And I have this little cake squishy that I tend to grab a lot. I use these a lot when I'm in meetings with Anthony Wolf of E-Rank because we talk a couple times every week. So I'm usually playing with one of these. I've also got a couple different fidget cubes, different textures and things. These just have buttons and random switches and dials and things that keep my hands busy while I'm trying to focus on important tasks. I also have one that kind of looks like a little video game controller with buttons and more dials, basically the same concept. And of course, I have a Wolf fidget spinner that I don't use as much as some of my other toys. I really feel like the squishies are the ones that do the best for me. I did have one that looks a lot like my dog, Itty, that I used to squish all the time, but I popped her, so she sits on my desk. And I also have this stretchy, fidgety string thing that I bought for like 80 cents on eBay. So these are things that help me to focus. I've also heard that eating peppermint or chewing gum are other ways that you can kind of help to train your brain to focus. So those are options as well for when you need to work. Another thing that I do is I've built an entire playlist for myself with music that gets me going. This is not the time to listen to your sad song playlist that you only bust out during that special time of the month. This is the time to listen to music that gets you moving and excited, and whether that be something that makes you want to dance and move around, or it could be something like what I listen to, which is... You get the picture. I know most of your music preferences probably aren't as extreme as mine, but listening to heavy music to me gets me going. It gets me pumped and it gets me ready to take on my tasks for the day. So if I'm not doing anything that requires me to type or to think too much, I always have music playing in the background, either with my headphones on or I just blare it as loud as I can while I'm packing orders in my office. The very last thing that I do to de-stress is I give myself a time every night when I clock off. Now, obviously, if you're about to launch new products or you have a huge marketing campaign going on, there are times when you tend to work a little bit more, but it's usually best to give yourself a time that you log off for the night. I don't know about you guys, but it can be impossible for me to get to bed and actually fall asleep if I'm still in work mode. My brain is racing, and a lot of the times I compare it to having a beehive in my head. And it almost feels as if every single little bee is a different voice that's telling me something that I need to do or something that I need to work on, and I just cannot get to sleep at night. So what I tend to do is I log off around 2 to 3 hours before Mark and I plan to go to bed for the night. And then he and I just hang out. We sit on the couch every single night, and we don't really watch a lot of TV. In fact, we don't have normal TV. We only have Netflix and Hulu. But what we enjoy is watching YouTube videos. We have YouTube series that we follow and watch and laugh at, pretty much the same as most would watch TV. We have a nightly ritual, and that is what calms us down. These nightly rituals tend to settle my brain down enough so that I can actually go to sleep at night and get enough rest so that I'm ready to work the next day. All of the times when I have been burned out in my life have been because I've overworked myself, and I've given myself this immense amount of guilt. I've convinced myself that if I'm not working, I'm not doing what I need to do for my business, and I guilt myself into working more than I should. In reality, it's the days when I spend a lot more time outdoors and doing self-care rituals, like I'll do face masks and hair masks and self-care routines, that I really work the most productively when it comes down to the time that I need to actually sit and work on my businesses or work on my shop or work on my marketing. A lot of coaches will tell you that running a business needs to be 100% of your life. You need to live, sleep, and breathe your business, which is true. You do need to invest most of your time into your business, but for the time that you spend with yourself, you need to make sure that you're spending that time with yourself and only with yourself and your family, and you're pushing that business aside until it is actually time to work. When you do this, you return to work feeling much more fulfilled, you feel like you're actually motivated, and you feel rested and excited to start the next day. And if you wake up and you're having one of those days where you just don't feel it, and I'm not talking about when you have a launch or things that need to get done, like packing orders, but maybe you just wake up one day and you didn't get enough sleep and you're feeling really anxious, or maybe you don't feel well. You also need to love yourself enough to say, today isn't my day. I'm gonna do only what I need to do today, and I'm gonna get back at it tomorrow. And give yourself those few days that you need to recover, especially if you're feeling burned out. You guys will notice that every once in a while, I'll go a few days without posting a video, and that's because I need time to regenerate and recoup. That way I can come onto camera feeling enthusiastic and being able to smile and give you guys my best self. And that's what you guys want to provide for your own audience and your own customers, right? Your very, very best self. I know that this isn't really an Etsy tip video, but it is one that I've noticed a lot circulating in the Facebook group, people who are experiencing immense amount of burnout and stress. So I just want to let you guys know that everyone feels it. I feel it too. I've been feeling it a lot lately with all of the stresses of COVID-19, but there are ways that you can really focus on yourself while still dedicating plenty of time to your business. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're looking for more Etsy related content, be sure to check some of my past videos because I have hundreds. Not to mention, I'm constantly recording new videos, so be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Plus, if you have questions for me, I go live every single Friday and we hang out and drink coffee together. So that's another fun thing that you guys can do each Friday and add that into your routine. Overall, guys, I hope that you're doing well, and I really feel for those of you who are going through these intense levels of stress and anxiety. I feel it too. I completely understand, especially if you're an empathetic type like me. Scrolling on Facebook can really get you down. And I guess that's kind of my last tip, is spend a lot less time scrolling through your news feed and scrolling through the sad stories, and really focus on the things that you're grateful for, and really focus on the things that make you happy and motivate you, rather than all of the bad and stressful things that are going on in the world right now. I love you guys, and I'd be interested to hear down in the comments what you're doing to personally de-stress during this time. So until next time, guys, bye-bye.